Dr. Anderson. And I want everybody that's listening to really hear this. Not everybody's going to listen. You know, what other people are going to do is they're going to spend all their money. They're going to complain about being broke. That's what we become masters at creating our own problems and recreating those problems. So you know, I'm sorry, I hate to say it to you guys, but if they gave us a reparations check tomorrow, that money will be gone in a few weeks because they've mastered the art of getting your money and making you think that spending money is a source of power when it's not. Now, here's what's interesting, Dr. Anderson. I spend a lot of time thinking about that term consumer when you talk about consumer. And my analysis of that term is this, right? Consumers are an important part of the economy, right? Consumers drive the economy. You know, and corporations know this. That's why they try to get people to get these credit cards and everything else. And every year they're trying to get Black Friday spending to go up, holiday spending to go up. And what's happening is that the American public is taking on the burden of that growth, right? Because Wall Street need growth, they need profitability in order to keep the stock price up. So they're always looking for ways to get consumers to buy. So spending's going up, up, up. Debt is ballooning because wages are not going up to match the spending, right? Workers in real dollar terms are making the same amount of money they were making 10, 15 years ago. You know, and so here's what's interesting, right? Even in that situation, even if you're white, being nothing but a consumer puts you on the wrong side of the equation. It becomes a bad type of capitalism where basically you got the wolves eating the sheep. The wolves are eating the sheep, and the wolves need the sheep to you know, keep serving themselves up so they don't die, right? The wolves need the sheep in order to live because the sheep are their source of nutrition, right? So here's what's interesting about Black people, though. That system is already bad for white people, but it's especially bad for Black people for this reason. If I'm white and I go out and every year I'm spending like a fool, I'm buying, you know, Ford trucks, refrigerator from General Electric, buying, you know, shoes from Nike, whatever it is, buying coffee from Starbucks. Because I'm white and because I'm part of the white economic system, there is a benefit that kind of can indirectly come to me in that, you know, the people that get hired for those jobs working for those companies tend to be other white folks, right? The ones who get, you know, promoted, become managers. So I might work at Ford and spend money on Ford trucks. So I'm giving to the economy that's benefiting me. It becomes a circle, right? Some of that, not all of it's coming back, but some of it's coming back to me because I benefit. If I'm white and I live in a suburb and there's a business that I'm spending money with, they're going to support things in that community, you know, whatever it is, right? Or if I go to university, they're going to make donations to that school, right? Black people, unfortunately, are not in that ecosystem, right? Black people spend money on white businesses, and those white businesses go and disappear, and they take the money and they support white neighborhoods with that. They're not, you know, when you're spending money at that Arab business in your Black neighborhood, those Arabs are not supporting the local soccer team or helping build a better public school, or, you know, or creating jobs for people in that community or opportunities for people in that community. They're taking that money and shipping it out. So going back to your point, you know, and I want everybody that's really listening to understand what I'm saying here. You know, spending and consuming, it's not the best move for you. You shouldn't be 100% consumer, but consumption does actually benefit, you know, the economy to a point if you are a part of that system. You know, like if we're going back and forth and we have an ecosystem, I do something for you, you do something for me, we have a quid pro quo. Black people are not a part of that. Black people are in that group where they're going to suck you dry and use you up and feel like they have to give nothing back because we don't ask for anything back. We don't demand anything back from these companies that are taking all of our money. And as a result, we end up wondering why everybody else's wealth is growing and our wealth is staying still. Dr. Anderson, please, I'd love to get your analysis on that. Thank you for letting me get that out.
Well, see, Black, you hit it on the head. The Black folks fail to understand that we are not in the system, really. We're outside and underneath the system. That's why the position of Black folk, we're in a ranking order of acceptability and power in this nation. It's based on a skin color, flow, vertically ordered, white, yellow, brown, Black. Your condition in this country has not changed socially, economically since 1863, when you came out of slavery. That's why I went back to 1863 again, 1865, and tell you that. You're still on the bottom. That's why in the first question in the Black History Reader, to let you know that you're in a social construct, social economic construct that was contrived, set up back during the colonial period, where Black folk will be locked on the bottom. Now to change these conditions, they have not changed in 460 years for a reason. You cannot change the condition unless you have power. Now, what is power? Power is the ability to move things in spite of resistance. I'm gonna say it to you again. Power is the ability to remove things, objects, or people in spite of resistance. Blacks don't have any power. What's the greatest power? Is wealth power. If you don't have any wealth, when coming out of slavery in 1865, I told you about Lincoln with this little game about Thanksgiving. At that point in time, you had 1/2 of 1% of the wealth in the nation, which was, and I mean, you basically had nothing of any substance. You had no power, no wealth. And here you are today, you got the same 1/2 of 1%. You don't have enough wealth power to change anything. So what Black folks should be saying is that how do we get wealth power to change? The power comes from wealth. And what does that come from? It comes from being able to produce things, hold on to things, spend your money with your own people, make it bounce your currency around in your own people's hands and get power and wealth. We have never done that. The Blacks came pretty close to doing it from the Civil War up to about 1920s, but then they got wiped out by the Depression. Black folk never practiced group economics. They don't have that kind of social cohesiveness. They've been taught not to patronize and buy from their own people. And so Black folk right now are not playing the game. They can't win, they can't change it. They don't have the power, but yet they spend their time talking about voting for this person, voting for that person. The issue for Black folk in 2020, let me talk about something that disappoints me with my own people. The issue in voting, never, Dr. Watson, should be who you're gonna vote for. Who the hell cares who you vote for? Who you vote for ain't worth a damn quarter. The issue in voting, I'm telling you now, is one of the few Blacks that ran campaigns as a manager for governors and presidents. You don't vote for the damn candidate. You vote for the question should be, what are you voting for? Not who you're voting for. I'm gonna say it to you again. The question should not be who you're voting for. It should be, what are you voting for? You should be voting to get them to correct those things that were put in place following slavery, where they had the maldistribution of all the resources and you only control nothing. So you vote for whoever promises, delivers the most benefits and correct the damn system against Black folk. White folks don't care anymore. They figure that you're fools to say, hey, we done everything we could for you Black folk. We set you free. We didn't give you a damn thing. We set you free with no clothes, no home, no tools, no animals, no wealth, no land, no resources, no education. You can't compete. And you've been there all these years. You got to go after that. And so consequently, Thanksgiving is a sucker bite. It says now that you've now acquired about 1.1 or 1.2 trillion dollars. Now spend that with us. And because it coincides with your separation from slavery and emancipation, that's why we call it Black Friday. Bring that money to us. No, you're not taking it to Black businesses, and you're empowering the people who are exploiting you. That's why your money goes out of your community immediately. And so what you'll be telling Black folk is that the person who sells and produces has the power. Whoever produces has the power. I heard people say, well, Dr. Anderson, we got public relation firms and businesses talked about Black consumer power. There's no such thing as no damn Black consumer power. That's a Black consumer weakness. The person that's got the damn power is the person who you're selling it, who you're buying it from, and who's selling it. That's why, as a matter of fact, simplified, it's like a crack addict. A crack addict going around saying, Dr. Anderson, I disagree with you. I got consumer power. Hell, I buy $10,000 a week worth of damn crack. And that's I spend $10,000 a damn week on crack, on cocaine and marijuana. I said, no, that's a weakness. That person that's selling you that bull, he's the one that got the power. The guy that's selling you crack cocaine, that's selling you marijuana and the opioids, that's who got the power. You're the weak one. You're consuming yourself and it's eating your ass alive. And so if you're going to change this, you got to say now, why would they call it Black Friday? They call it Black Friday because it goes all the way back to this damn Reconstruction period. They never corrected it. And now Black folks still go out and they ignore all these things. They ignore it. and they don't try to change. I'm going to go out and buy some more of white refrigerators and stoves and spend all my money instead of saying, no, I'm going to save my money and amass it. And then I'm going to take and go back and rebuild my communities and create businesses and industries where we can produce our own products and for our own businesses, and so that our money will bounce around 7, 8 to 12 times and produce jobs, income, wealth, power, resources, and opportunities for our own damn people. I I can go without I can go without a refrigerator. I can buy ice down at a damn store or something. I can go out. I don't have to have a new TV. I don't have to have a damn cell phone every damn year. Our people are committing economic suicide.
All right.
Black Friday is going to sum it up for them tomorrow.
Well, you know what I'll say is, and by the way, I want to ask everybody, give me a yes or no if you understand what we're saying. Give me a yes or no if you're following this, if this makes sense to you, if you think this is an important issue. And I ask you to give me a yes or no on this because we kind of have to get it through our heads, through our thick heads, that a lot of your problems that you have as Black people stem from what you do when you're handed power. You know, if you think about it, think about it like a basketball game where the team can't figure out, why do we keep losing the game? Why do we keep losing every game? Well, every time they hand you the ball, you give the ball right back to the opponent. So if every time you get the ball, you hand the ball back to the defense, then you're never going to score any points. You're never going to be able to win anything, and they're going to blow you away every single time. So there has to be a point where you got to learn to play offense and you must learn to play defense. It's as basic as that. Economics is just like basketball or football, where you to be a winning championship team, you must be able to play offense and you must be able to play defense. What is offense? Offense means that you must engage in this century. Our number one most important term that we must use for our children and for each other in this community. And Dr. Anderson is the one who gave us this term. So I'm gonna give the full credit to my mentor on this, the guy that I love and respect so much. Resources. You must obsess yourself with the acquisition of resources, because when you have resources, you get to be the producer and you're not always the consumer. You can still consume, but you're also producing. So you're participating in the economic landslides that occur every holiday season. So that's how you get your offense. You accumulate resources, and the resources allow you to sell products and to produce and to invest and all these other things. How do you play? What does playing defense mean? Defense means that just like when you're playing football, the best teams in the NFL that win, in the NBA that win championships, are the ones that are stingy on defense. Stingy means that you don't get a point. Every point you get, you're going to have to work for it. That means, so for Black people, we must be stingy when it comes to our economic defense. We must be stingy with our dollars. We must be stingy with our votes. That means if you get my vote, you better earn it 3 times before I consider giving it to you once. If you want my dollar, you better give me something back for my dollar, or you ain't getting none of my dollars. And in fact, I'm gonna try to keep my dollars in the family every chance I get, right? Stingy. So the best communities, and I'm gonna shut this down after this. I'm gonna let Dr. Anderson close this out here. The best communities that win championships economically are the ones that have the best offense. Look at the Jewish community. What's their offense? They own property. They own stocks and bonds. They own businesses. They're always thinking about the accumulation of resources and maintaining those resources. They play great defense. You go up in a Jewish community and try to go get a dollar and see how hard you're gonna have to work for that dollar. They will make you work for the rest of your life just to get a dollar out of their pocket, and they still won't give you the dollar. So they play great offense and great defense, and that's why they win championships. They're only 2%, less than 2% of the population, but they control 10 times more than we do. That don't make no damn sense. Y'all, you're too smart for that. We're too great. This is the holiday season, is the opportunity to do this. That's why we're having this discussion. So Dr. Anderson, I'd like for you to close us out if you could. And also I want to remind everybody before you close us out, powernomics.com is where Dr. Anderson's books are. I would love for everybody to train your children on Powernomics concepts. Take it from me. It's very important for you to understand this. Powernomics, Black Labor, White Wealth, The Black History Reader, Dirty Little Secrets 1 and 2. Those books have keys to understanding America that you will not get in any public school. You will not get this at any university. You will not get this at any HBCU, but it is important to understand this because that's how you win. So powernomics.com is the website. I hope everybody will do some of their Black Friday investing, not Black Friday shopping, their Black Friday investing by going to powernomics.com and supporting this wonderful Black-owned business that has done so much for the community. So Dr. Anderson, I hope that was, I hope I laid it out well enough for you to finish us off here.
Right. Thank you for that. And tell them that they go to powernomics.com. They should buy the library pack. They get all 5 of those books plus a DVD on how to educate Black children. Get all of that for $99, and that gives a home library, which means that when electromagnetic storm occurs or a nuclear explosion goes off, all electronics is going to disappear and get wiped out. But the books will be in your home and in your library and in your school. You can't wipe those out. And so I'm saying, get that library pack. And say that I don't care whether the schools are not teaching it or not, having enough power to make them teach Black history the way it should be taught, But I got a library pack in my home called the Powernomics Library Pack, period. And that's what we're pushing now is Powernomics. And the question you're raising right now is this: if they follow the Powernomics principles, as you said over and over again for years, then they learn how to build these communities. And in those communities, they build their own businesses and their own industries. And they build their own businesses and own industries. They produce their own services and goods for the necessities of life that Black folk need, just like whites. That's everything from drawers, clothes, eyeglasses, whatever it is, shoes. They buy their own products. And once we build those communities and start becoming producers of products and services and goods, then we begin to acquire wealth. And once we acquire that wealth and be a competitive society, guess what? Then every Thanksgiving or Christmas that we're gonna have, instead of a Black Friday, we're gonna have whites come into our neighborhoods to buy our products that we are producing. You know, we're gonna have it then called White Friday. I want to so every holiday, we have a holiday for White Friday or White Saturday, whatever it is, for whites to come into Black communities and drop that damn money. So y'all, that's what the Powernomics principle is about. Make them come and take and drop their money in your neighborhoods. Brand new practice of Black Friday going back around Thanksgiving that was started, had nothing to do with the religion, because the Pilgrims killed that off right quick. Thanksgiving had nothing to do with religion. And then further to do it with Pilgrims for a long time, not even Indians. It came out of the Blackness because Black folk were the major consumers. It came out in 1863. They were free to roam, they had money. They wanted to capture that money from them. They're still doing it on what they call Black Friday. And so, and I bet you Popeye's restaurant will be right there selling those big sandwiches to Black folk for those little Popeye sandwiches, okay?
Well, Black Friday should not include fried chicken. So, well, then again, maybe it does. I don't know, but Friday don't mean fry your chicken and go to Popeyes. So y'all stay away from that Popeyes chicken sandwich. But then again, I ain't gonna judge you. We are not here to judge you. We're not here to be hard on you. We want you to enjoy your holiday. We want you to know that we love you, and we really am honored that you guys hang out with us. And because not everybody is interested in trying to make the community better. Everybody else, you know, for a lot of people, this makes them uncomfortable. They don't want to have the hard conversations. They don't want to talk about solutions because it's always easier to sit back and complain. We're not here to complain. We're not here to sit around and be oppressed. We're not here to complain about oppression. We're here to actually fight back against oppression and eventually achieve power in the community. So you guys do me this favor, please type in powernomics.com into the chat so other people can see it. Also, please give Dr. Claud Anderson a digital round of applause. Thank this man for what he's doing for the community. He's the economic godfather of Black America and really of the world, and as far as I'm concerned. And I hope you all would take the time to thank him for all the hard work he's done on everything from reparations to Black economics to building our community for the last 50, 60 years. So they're all thanking you, Dr. Anderson. They're all giving you, they're all doing these little clapping emojis. So also, most importantly, I hope you'll consider going to powernomics.com and supporting his business. Please do that. And you guys also know in the Black Business School, we're always here for you as well, theblackbusinessschool.com. So feel free to come over there. We got our business school for children. We won't steer you wrong. And if you feel unhappy for any reason, we always give you a 100% money back guarantee. So we want you to be happy, we want you to be fed, and we want you to win, and you will win if you continue with the right attitude. So God bless everybody. Thank you very much, Dr. Anderson. Wonderful to see you, my friend.
Okay, take care and tell them I love them, okay? Tell them enjoy that turkey and enjoy their company and their friends and their family, and I'll see them next time I come on your program.
Yes, sir. All right. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye now.